Hey guys, Sebbies is back, and I just got finished retwisting my hair using the Cinnabon method, which is why you don't see any clips anywhere. I retwist with water, which is why you don't see white residue that's waiting to dry anywhere in my locks. And yeah, today I will be bringing you the braid technique for locks. Now, I first discovered this technique from the one and only Yanni, the lockologist. She is, really against techniques. She feels like you need to do whatever works for your hair type and what you're working with. And so it's rare that she actually allows a technique to be demonstrated in her videos. But there was one video where her sister was doing her hair, and since Yanni's new growth grows away from her locks, her sister, that's one of the methods that she will use, or techniques that she will use, this braid technique. So basically all it entails is that you take the new growth and you braid it around the lock. I've made a video in the past where I show you how to wrap the new growth around the lock, and that works. I've also made another video with the crochet technique where you use a crochet hook and you wrap the hair around the lock, and then you start going in and out with the crochet needle to kind of fuse those hairs together. But today I wanted to show you the braid technique because I think I like this one the best, and I feel like it probably lasts the longest. As promised, I have left 4 locks undone, so I'm not quite done with my retwist. This one, and then 2 on the side. So 1 over here and 1 over here. And as I said, Yanni is super against showing techniques because she's all about the health of your locks. But I think that it's important to realize that there are lockers out here like me, and probably like you if you're watching this, who know how to be responsible with techniques. At the end of the day, for people who have hair that grows away from their locks, they're going to have to do something. And so I wanted to get on here and make a video for people who are like me, who could really benefit from seeing how the braid technique works. And so that's why I'm making this video. Now, I understand that some of you may not know how to braid. So we're gonna pause for a second, and I'm gonna demonstrate how to braid with, see if I can find like a Barbie doll somewhere. And yeah, I'll demonstrate how to braid using that, and then we'll get back and get to my locks. So let's get to it. Sebbies. So it occurred to me, Sebbies, you have long hair, just braid with your own locks. So yeah, I don't need a doll, I don't need to find a baby doll, I can just use my locks. Alright, so basically I'm going to take 3 locks like this. Remember I said you need 3 sections. And to braid, start with the outer, bring it in like that. Since I pulled from this side, now I want it to pull from the other side. And I'm going to put that center one that just went in there on the outside while I bring that one in like that. Okay? Again, over, center, now over, center, and that moves. So basically you see how this basically keeps moving. So right now it's over here. It's going to make its way in the center, and then as you bring this one over, it's going to make its way all the way to the other side. And you just keep alternating like that. And this is how you braid. Further, especially all the dudes that don't know how to braid. Okay, and then you get that. I've never braided my locks. Maybe I'll do that one day to get the crinkles or whatever. And my hair's still wet, so yeah, you see it's already a little bit crinkly. So let me demonstrate one more time. Take 3 locks. Okay. This one is going to make its way to the center, and then as it goes over, it's going to make itself all the way over to the other side. But if you think about it too much, you might confuse yourself. So just watch the motion. Over, over, center, over, center, over, center, over, center, over. And then to get it tight, keep your fingers up where you're braiding the new strands at. So I'm not way down here, right? I'm like up right there on it, and it's keeping it nice and tight, a nice tight braid. And that's what you're gonna wanna do when we get to fixing the locks. All right, so hopefully that helps. Let's get to it. All right, so now that you have learned how to braid, let's get to the locks. I'm going to be looking in the mirror, and I hope that you can see this. I'm going to try to do as good a job with being able to look in the mirror and see what I'm doing, and also capturing it in the frame. So let me do that a little bit. Okay, so my hair is slightly damp, which is fine. And basically, you noticed in the insert that I needed 3 sections to braid, right? A lot of times you can do, when people do 2-strand twists, they use 2 sections. They do have a thing called 3-strand twists where they use 3 sections, but if you're gonna braid, you definitely need 3 sections. So you see how the lock is starting to kind of thin out because this new growth is not growing into the lock. So I wanna incorporate that back into the lock. So basically I'm gonna take this cloud of hair and I'm gonna separate it into 3 sections. So just kind of pull and see where I can get those sections. I don't wanna like pull hair out of the lock if it's already in there, but you know, just gently, okay? Pull and try to get 3 sections. So here's 1. The lock is 1, so that's 2. And then here's another one over here, that's 3. Okay, and now I'm just going to start to braid. So now put that in front and just keep braiding, wrapping it around the other. Keeping 3 sections all the way down until you're done, so you've run out of new growth to braid around the lock. And once you've run out of hair, you can palm roll. You can also take the hairs and just kind of wrap them around the length of the lock like that, all the way down, and then follow that up with palm rolling. And now this hair is braided into the lock, and braided back into the lock, and you see how it thickened up, right? If you want, I'm not really overly concerned with it, but if you want, at this point, now that this hair is back into the lock, I could do the cinnamon bun method on here. So this is like new growth, right? So I could just spray that with a little water and then twist like I normally would, and then do the cinnamon bun method like that. And now that new growth is back into the lock and it's fully retwisted using the cinnamon bun method, okay? I know this is not probably the most intuitive technique, and that's why I left 4 locks out for me to demonstrate. So hopefully you will get the hang of it as you see me do it, 3 more times. So once again, here's a lock, which is not thinning out too bad because I've been doing a good job staying on top of it. But you see those hairs, all that hair at the scalp is definitely clearly not going into the lock. See that? So here's a lock, and I want to create 3 sections. So here's one right here, and then I want to find one on the other side, maybe just kind of tug a little bit, see what hairs are already loose. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to start to braid, just like before, maintaining 3 strands or sections of hair as you braid down the lock. Alright, and as you run out of hair, in palm row, you can take those hairs and try to continue them, mixing them in with the frizz on the lock, and continue down the length for however long you want to. That'll help to get that new growth intertwined into the lock as well. And then, just as before, this is kind of like new growth right there, but first of all, you see that hair is braided into the lock, okay? So I can treat this as new growth. This isn't a ton of new growth, but just to be consistent, I will retwist it with my cinnamon bun method. So I'll spray it with a little bit of water, just a little bit. And then use the cinnamon bun method on it. So now I have 2 little cinnamon buns in the front. And that is how I have repaired my lock using the braiding technique. So you see it's thicker there and it's thicker there, okay? All right, as promised, I have 2 more. So one on either side of my head. So I kind of sectioned this one off with a rubber band. Okay, so take the rubber band out, and then see, I use all this hair now on the side. Like, I'm not playing around. I'm really not trying to lose these side locks. So I use all this hair. I'm like, you know what? All this hair is now going to be dedicated to this lock, because as you can see, I've gone through a lot with this lock. It was like really thin, and then I combined, right? That's just why I have the 2-headed dragon, and then it was thin again, and then I combined again, which is why I have this combined with this. See, I got some Congos, freeformers. But this hair, you know, it still continues to grow away from the lock. So I'm going to use all this hair, and hopefully one day I'll get a really big, thick lock over here. But in the meantime, my brother has to get it going in the right direction. So this is no different. You have your lock, that's one section. You already have one section down, right? Now you have 2 more to go. So I try to see if I can get 2 more. So I kind of pull the hair, you know, and I see where it wants to, where it's not connected, and then I use that to make my other 2 sections. So 1, and then here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And now I'm going to start to braid this. This is so hard to show on camera. I really hope you guys are kind of being able to see it. It's hard to show on camera and do at the same time. But basically I'm just braiding those 3 sections. That's really it. And you can kind of see a slight braid pattern if you pay attention to what the lock looks like. See how it looks braided? Okay. So now I have braided that new growth, and I'll wrap the remaining hair around the lock on down to just kind of get it together and to help get it entangled, intertwined. And this is how I get that new growth back into the lock. Okay? Let me do the other side now. Oh yeah, I forgot I left 2 on this side. So I'll be showing you 5 locks total today, which is good because, like I said, it's hard to capture on video while also trying to do it in the mirror. Okay, so here's one. This is another one. See how it thins out? Alright, but the hair is there. My hair just grows away from my locks. So yeah, I get my 3 sections. This is a given, so that's 1. Pull a little bit, 2, and here's 1 over here, 3. I usually like to start with the lock in the center. Guess that's just my OCD. Alright, and then I will start to braid. Just wrapping one. Bringing the outside hairs in and alternating. So right now the lock is on the outside. I bring that. I just brought it out, okay? And the center one I bring to the left and bring that one into the center. And now I bring the lock into the center and bring the former center one over. And I just keep alternating like that. I feel like through talking, if I talk through it, it'll confuse you. So just watch the motion of my fingers. Okay, and as you can see, it's thickened up now. And then I'll continue to wrap those hairs around the length of the lock, mixing it in with the frizz that was already there. And I'll palm roll it a little bit. And I can treat this as new growth because it really is. So I can use the cinnamon bun method. So you guys are kind of getting a 2-for-1 deal. You get to see the braid technique and the cinnamon bun method all in one video. What a guy I am. Like that. And now it's retwisted. Okay. Alright, one more. This is another one where I use a lot of hair and I use the rubber band to section it off. So get it out of the rubber band. These two side ones are really bad. They just are. So like they really thin out. Look at that. So freaking scary. It's like, no, I'm about to lose my lock. But you're not. Not if you know what to do. Not if you stick with your bro betray you. Alright, so one section. That's a given. Extra hair, new growth. Make more sections. And remember, don't pull hair from the lock. Just kind of gently tug at the hair and see what hair is not already going into the lock and make that part of one section. Alright, I got my section 1, 2, 3. Let's get this. And it really goes fast. Like if I wasn't talking through this video trying to explain what I'm doing, I would have been done by now. But you know, brother, be trying to be thorough for you guys, so I want to set you guys up right and set you up for success. The key is having enough new growth to be able to braid into the lock. So this one you can really see how it thickened up and you can really kind of see that braid pattern. You can get close enough in here. Yeah, so yeah. And then I could, you know, retwist it. But yeah, that is where it's at. So this, guys, is the braid technique. And it's really easy. I think it probably lasts the longest. At least that's been my experience. But you know, that just might be because of my hair texture, my hair type. So yeah, I hope it helps you all out. Give it a try. You know where to go. If you have any questions about it, please share this video, because there are many lockers in the lock community whose hair grows away from their locks and they're losing locks because they don't know, you know, first of all, if their hair grows away, and they don't know how to combat that issue. So this is one very viable option to combating, you know, your locks thinning out and then snapping and breaking off eventually because you're not maintaining them properly. So yeah, finally the braiding technique for locks is here for you guys. I know you've been waiting, so hopefully it lived up to the hype that I gave it. I will be back tomorrow to show you, to deliver my 3-year, 2-month lock anniversary, lock update. So I will see you then. By then my hair should be completely dry and yeah, it'll be looking on fleek. So as always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. So betray you is out.